Hey guys, welcome to another Witchin Hour. Glad to see everyone here. I can see the FCW crew and Kevin. You just need to come in, dude. You don't need an invite.
What does it need an invite for? This guy's
No.
crazy.
How are you, Miguel?
Good, great. I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. Yeah, I've been a busy week as usual. Got a couple of little cute and creepy gang updates. So I've managed to work out the trading card strategy, how I'm going to release it, when,
Mhm.
how many cards, and all that kind of stuff. So I feel really good about that. So I think we're going to make it our Halloween mint, essentially. Just start off with like 50 packs, 5 cards per pack. There's going to be some one of ones in there. There'll be some special finishes. There'll
Nice.
be each coven has got like 4 or 5 different traits within that coven, so there'll be like 13 cards of each, but like 1 or 2 will be special, like they'll have maybe different eye color or like holographic finish,
Mhm.
that kind of thing. So I feel I've got a plan, so I can now work out cost in it and kind of work out how much they need to go for. And yeah, it's cool. I was thinking maybe make it a custom mint that you get an NFT that it means you can verify to claim your pack. I thought that might be the easiest way to do it.
Mhm.
So yeah, I'm excited about
That's a
that.
good
I
idea.
think it's going to be cool.
Yeah, I know Kevin was talking to me about making cards too for us since we already have like points and all that kind of stuff.
You're all
So
sort of geared up for it, really, aren't you? I feel like the structure is there because of your game, you know?
yeah, we have the structure, so we just got to make the cards. I mean, the problem is that we have so much going on that it's just insane right now. Like we
Yeah.
have the toys, we have the animation, there's a lot going on. And now we're moving to Ape, and that already started, like the development started already.
Yeah.
So we moved to Ape from ETH, and I think it's a good move for us. Like I like Ape.
Yeah, me too. I think it's exciting. I think it's a
Yeah, it's
really
exciting.
good shout. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so I noticed you've been aping into a couple of collections.
Yeah, so today I woke up, you know how sometimes I wake up in the mood to sweep stuff. So
I know this.
today I was itching, and I don't know anything about creeps, first of all. I mean, I've seen them around. I've seen like I've seen the PFPs and I've seen the pictures and stuff like that, but I never like really dove into it, which I should have, because obviously this is what I do for the past like 20 years, whatever.
Yeah.
Right. But I never have. And so this morning I started looking into it, and then I posted I posted a post saying like I even forgot what I said. Something about like, should I sweep creeps? Show me some love or whatever it was. Let's see. I don't even remember what it was exactly. Anyway, so nothing happened. Nothing at all. Zero. The pose got nothing. No traction. Nothing
Really? Oh my
for
God.
hours. Yeah. So I'm like, you know what? Then maybe it's not worth it. Maybe it's just not worth it getting a creep. Maybe they didn't see it on the timeline. I don't know. Maybe they just they probably don't like us. They probably don't like me. Who knows? Right.
Okay.
So then
Oh,
it just somebody just joined us.
yeah, you did. Oh,
Um, is he on there? Probably fixing his
well,
cameras.
yeah, he's probably sorting it
Give
out.
him a minute. Anyways,
Han says it's an attention-seeking post.
it was Hans. It was. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. Honestly, like I was just trying to see if the community was good. I like to jump into places where the communities are good. They mean well. They're not
Yeah,
rugs. They're just doing good things for other people and that kind of stuff. So,
yeah, that's really cool.
um, yeah. And then I think it was Hans says something first, and then Cheeses jumped in, and then all of a sudden, like 8 million people jumped in. My timeline is still on fire. So
That's awesome.
I went.
Really
I
fun
went
though. The art is
into.
really fun. Like they're a really nice.
Yeah. No, the welcoming has been I can feel it. That's how
Yeah,
strong it's
that's
been.
good. I love
So,
that though.
yeah.
That's so cool when that happens with the community. I just want to shout out Crypt Social, who was our guest last week. He's here listening again. So I've now got the official artist pass, so I can
Yeah.
create stuff for them, which is exciting. So that's my other little bit of news. And actually, this time in 3 weeks' time, I will be in New York, dude.
I know. Are you
I
excited?
know, I'm so excited. I can't wait. So I
Yeah.
can't believe there's going to be cute and creepy gang art in New York. Yeah, I'm just excited to meet you guys. Excited to meet all the FCW
Yeah,
crew.
it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
So what's Han saying? Please check. What's he saying?
Please check XDM.
Okay, right, I'm going to do this right now. But we've got a really, really exciting guest tonight. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Push give some. So Hans has given us some FUs to give away. Oh my god,
Oh,
that's
is he?
exciting. So he's got 5. Give some away in the show. So oh my god. So everyone just like, what do we do? Comment.
Yeah, you could do the. Is the giveaway thing working now or no?
Let me have a look. Giveaway. So we were doing a little giveaway, like just hashtag Luna Witch in the comments, and we'll do a little like it's like a little spin wheel thing, if I can get it to work. So at the moment it's not showing.
It's still not showing.
It's not showing. It's just, yeah, I don't know. Last week I just picked at random. If we have to do that,
Yeah.
we'll do that. It's
Yeah,
fine.
we'll do that. That's
So
fine.
just make sure you hashtag Luna Witch in the comments, and we'll like pick at random people who've been active in the chat. So
Yeah.
that's what we'll do. Thank you so much, Hans. That's super kind of you. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Hans. It's cool.
So
Hans is always giving stuff.
I know he's like
So great.
it's because of Hans that I've asked Mason on, because he's our guest
Yeah.
tonight. Because I didn't know about the GU community until Hans minted some Luna Witches and then was like gifted me one, which was freaking epic. I've since bought one for myself as well. But yeah, so I'm really excited. For anyone who doesn't know Mason, he's like a serious force in Web3. So I'm going to bring him on now. Here we go. Let's switch over.
What's going on?
Hey.
Yo, how we doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. You can hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Awesome. Well, thanks for having me. I'm so stoked to be here.
I'm really excited. Can I just say you've got like the most distinctive Web3 like Spaces voice? I was like, Miguel, I've almost got a bit of fear because he's got like the perfect like Spaces voice. It's like so distinctive.
It's funny because I used to hate my voice like so much.
What?
Like, yeah, look, my background is like in film and television, and so I was always like recording things. I always had a camera, and I was always doing things, but I was always behind the camera. And every time I heard my voice on camera, I hated it. I hate it. And so shout out to Web3 for giving me an opportunity to kind of, I guess, find my voice a little bit and just be okay with it. So
I think that's quite common in it. I can't bear to hear myself speak back. It's just dreadful. I can't listen. Just can't. It's just awful. But like, I know your voice anyway, right? It's like as soon as I hear you on a space, I'm like, oh my god, I know who that is. It's a good voice.
Appreciate it.
But so there might be quite a few people in there, like especially in my FCW and Cute and Creepy Gang like community who don't know who you are. Do you want to like just do a brief like little overview of who you are and like how you got into Web3?
Yeah, absolutely. This is it. You gotta give me a second because this is incredibly different for me. Having the tables turned, I'm usually like asking the questions. So, yeah. So my background is I worked in film and entertainment basically for the majority of my career. I was a location manager for Netflix and HBO and a bunch of series and things for them. And then COVID hit, and I kind of left the film industry and, in a roundabout way, basically found my way into Web3. Never kind of expected it. I was always like a curious person. So, like, believe it or not, the first time I ever like looked into crypto was like 2016, 2017. And I definitely dabbled a little bit, but then, distractions, life got in the way, and I just kind of like put it to the wayside. And it wasn't until like the end of 2021 where there was a bunch of artists that I was like following and I had a lot of respect for, and I saw them talking about I didn't know it was Web3, but I saw them talking about NFTs, and so I basically followed them over from like Instagram.
Oh wow, okay.
And yeah, that's kind of how I fell into all of this. I joined my first like Discord and I watched it grow, and that was kind of the first time I kind of realized like, oh shit, like this might actually be something, because you start to watch a Discord, especially during that like 2022 bull run type of deal. You watch the Discord grow from 20,000 to 200,000 people, and it was just one of those things that I had never seen that before. I'd never seen that type of activation online, and so I was like kind of enthralled by it. I really liked connecting with people. I thought there was just so much to learn from. There was so much experience out there, and I felt like, man, I've spent my whole life like learning the hard way. This is like the wealth of information here. Like I can, you know, I can basically tap into all these people that have lived a whole bunch of life and learn from their experiences, and hopefully kind of, you know, excel my own experience through that. So
That's what's super unique about Web3, right? That's what one of the first things I realized coming from like more of a Web2, like creative background, graphics and all that. It's like that willingness to kind of grow together and like collaborate. And I feel like I don't get that in IRL really with my design work. So I guess that's that's what I find really exciting about it as well. How
yeah,
did you
I think it's one of those things that like there's definitely a multifaceted like environment here in Web3. It's not just art, it's not just whatever. But I think what I found and what has most impressed me is that there's so much opportunity to find the things that resonate with you.
yeah.
And not only that, but finding like-minded individuals that maybe think like you, maybe think completely opposite of you, but at the same time you get along in a just a way that you would never expect it. And I just feel like that network effect here is just incredibly empowering from just like a personal development standpoint.
Oh, I 100% agree. Like it's funny when I just try and describe it to people. I'm like, I'm in my 40s and I feel this is the first time in my life I found the people I belong with since I came into Web3 just like 2 years ago. I've made friends all over the world. I'm like going to meet up with a load of people in New York now and I come to and it's just, I just feel like that opportunity to meet people from all different walks of life just doesn't come so easily in everyday life.
Look, especially the fact that like we're all separated by geographical location, right? Like,
Yeah.
I think that's the other cool thing is like I get to mix with so many different types of thinking and so many different types of ideas or cultures or all of that, which, as much as I love the fact of being able to find like-minded individuals, there's just so much to grow from finding people that are like you, but also completely opposite of you, and being able to learn from that as well.
Yeah, 100%. I feel, especially as an artist, from an artist perspective, I don't think I've ever created so prolifically as I have since I've come in this space, because people are asking you to collab and do one of ones for their collections, or it's just so exciting. And the little I've got like a crew of like artists. We call the freaks, the creeps and the weirdos, and we all hang out together and support each other, lift each other. We're in a chat together and we're all creating and sharing our work, it's so exciting.
I mean, that's a great example too of the thesis of Web3 of like, as an artist, as a creator, and I think this is kind of like the first thing that like really dawned on people, but as an artist and as a creator, you can now connect with your community. You can connect with your whole, like the people that want to collect your art, that want to resonate with you. I mean, I have you see the painting behind me?
Yeah.
All right, so that's an artist called Scott Listfield. Okay. And I love his art. His whole thing is that he draws like this one astronaut. It's this one character. It's an astronaut, and he just draws them in all these different landscapes. And mind you, this is way before Web3, but I loved Scott Listfield's stuff, right? And I found him on Instagram, same deal that I was like following a bunch of artists. And at one point, he came to LA. I went to the gallery show. I bought that screen print. He signed it. It was like one of those things where I got to like have that relationship. I got to have that connection, and that's why it's still on my wall, right? To me, Web3 now offers that in a whole new landscape, because before you were so limited by where you were geographically.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure, definitely. I think so. That brings me kind of neatly to the genuinely undead, because I think once sort of connected with Hans and I sort of got into your spaces on a Saturday, I realized that you're like, as a community, are very much about empowering the community, and you know. So how did you get involved with them? Because I know that was initially a free mint, and if I'm right, the artist sort of disappeared and it was kind of rescued by the community. So how did you get involved with the GU?
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting story and probably going to turn into a documentary one day.
No, it so should.
Yeah, so I think for me, like when I first got in, like I was just trying to find a place where I could grow. Like I wanted to build, like I wanted to. I just wanted to like contribute. You know what I mean? Like that's what I was looking for. And a lot of the NFT projects that I initially got into didn't know how to bridge holders and contribution and empower. Like they didn't know how to do that, right? It was like the team and the holders, and there was a very distinct separation, and they weren't as savvy as figuring out how to do that, at least in my experience. And so when Genuine Undead came around, like I was kind of like aimlessly wandering around Web3, not really having a home, just knowing that I wanted to contribute somewhere. I wanted to find a place to like really sink my teeth in and see what could happen. So anyway, Genuine Undead pops up, and it's this free mint. It actually started in June, I believe, and it didn't mint out until August 13th. And believe it or not, that's like when most of the people found it, was like August 13th. It showed up on Icy Tools. That's when most NFT people found it. For the first that month while it was like in mint phase, no one actually knew it, didn't see it, no one really minted it. It really didn't get any activity until it got botted out. And so it got botted out on the August 13th. And because of it got botted out, it showed up on Icy Tools. And back then, if you remember Icy Tools and NFT and all of that, that's like how you found everything. And so Icy Tools shows Genuine Undead. A bunch of people start looking at this art. It's super cool, 24 by 24 pixel art, same grid, 576 pixels.
Yeah.
So it's the same grid as a CryptoPunk. And people were just like, whoa, this art's $3, $4, $5, $6, but it's cool. And so people just started picking them up. People started talking about them, and there was no marketing, there was no community, there was no like anything prior to this being minted out.
Wow.
So what you had was a bunch of holders that really didn't know what to do, right?
Yeah.
Like you had a bunch of art, you wanted to talk about it. You have a bunch of traits with a bunch of names, but you don't know what the names mean. You're like, what the, you know, it's just this whole thing. But at the same time, you kind of become obsessed with it. And I'll be
Yeah.
honest, like I wasn't into pixel art. Like I had no real fascination with pixel art. Beyond, if I'm being completely honest with you, when I first saw the first person I saw post Genuine Undead, I was like, oh, this is a scam. Like it just looked like a super scammy tweet. You know what I mean? And then for whatever reason, it caught my eye. I ended up on OpenSea. I bought a couple. And then that's when like the spaces started. And this was kind of right around the time where X was starting to experiment with spaces. And I had come from this like environment that was all about Discord VCs. And that's like how I got educated about Web3, was joining different VCs of different projects and getting to know the people there and kind of learning about NFTs and blockchain and gas and all these different things. So that whole environment, I think, in August 2022 is kind of in this like shifting phase. And a lot of those conversations, a lot of those VCs started to shift over to X spaces. And so that's kind of where Genuine Undead jumped in. We started hosting spaces like every day, and our spaces were like 8 hours long. We were just going. And we were just like talking and vibing, and a lot of the talk was about these traits and about the artist. The artist dropped these 3 green papers that kind of let us sink our teeth into this ethos of what he had in mind when he created this collection. And you know, that ethos was very centered around decentralization and coming together as a community and empowering one another. And so I think a lot of us at that time were looking for something like that. And so the green papers just spoke to us. And I think we looked at it as, you know what, we don't need a founder to dictate our success, because quite honestly, most of these projects at the time were essentially building their entire brand off community engagement. They were building it off people going out and tweeting and getting hyped and making
Yeah.
cakes and making rugs and, you know, fucking doing murals on the wall. That was all from community engagement because they loved the brand. They wanted to be involved. And we just, and there was just this moment in this initial community in Genuine Undead where we were like, why would we do that for a founder when we can do that for ourselves?
Yeah.
Right.
That's
And that was kind of that whole mission statement behind Genuine Undead, where it's like, wait a minute, like all of us are on the same page. How do we work together? How do we find a system where we can all start to contribute and bring together the skills and understanding of the space together? So yeah.
Yeah. It's I absolutely the community, the genuine, they are so bullish. It's like
they are, yeah.
I've never known anything like it. It's insane. And I was never into pixel art until I saw these. They're so perfect. They are just it is a different level to most of the pixel art. I think something like 200 traits or something, isn't there? There's like
Yeah.
it's
It's a lot.
crazy. It's a lot.
And as you can see, like you're looking at this website right now, and you can see it.
The website's really cool. There we go.
Scroll back up real quick. It says, so like no other. So there's basically 6,000 classics and there's 4,000 cyberpunk. And basically that's how the collection is basically split up. And basically what that means is the collection represents two things. It represents both the past and the present. It represents no part of the present.
Look how beautiful it looks up there.
Past and the future. I messed that up. Class.
You can see that they're sort of, because I've got like two quite different ones, and the one is like really cyber with the glasses and the mohawk and kind of, it's really, and then you've got like the one on Miguel's wall actually that he's got up there,
Right.
which are more kind of like the Western, you know. I think there's something for everyone in this collection for sure.
Well, I think there's something really interesting about like the artist's whole idea of why he did it that way. And you really have to break down the green papers to really get into like the sophistication of like the intention behind it. Obviously, the 8 legendaries are super intentional as well. But yeah, the cyber and the classic is just a cool way of distinguishing these traits. It's a cool way of almost having 2 collections in one.
Yeah.
And the traits, like that's also something that's super unique about this collection, is that the design system is incredibly complex, especially considering that this collection came out in 2022. The way that these traits interact and the way that they go, it's so complex that no classic traits mix with any cyber traits. No cyber traits mix with any classic traits. But then...
Oh, have we lost?
Did we lose him?
Yeah, I think we lost him. Are you back? Oh no, he's frozen.
Yeah, he's frozen. Can you still see me? Am I?
I can still see you okay, and I think you can see me okay. Maybe
I'm not sure. Mason, have you still? There he goes.
He'll be back now. Yeah. So I was gonna.
There
he is. He's back. He's back. Yeah, there we go. You suddenly froze.
I was on a good one right there.
Yeah. You know, do you feel like people look at you from the community as the leader of the whole thing? Like, do they look for you? Do they look at you for leadership?
I mean, maybe. I think that I have always been someone that has been like strong at communicating the vision and the voice and kind of like the ethos of Genuine Undead. So I understand why people probably look at me as a steward of that. But I think if you read the green papers and you really kind of understand how the community works, like it can never be about one person. Yeah. And that's, as soon as it becomes about one person, it fails. And so like I'm very cognizant of that, and I'm incredibly respectful of that. This is not about me. You know, for me it's more about the community, and I think given the fact that it's been 3 years and the majority of people that have put all their time and effort into GU have literally not like gotten any real financial benefit out of it. You know, It's really kind of like a passion project of showing what the power of community is, and also showing the thesis of this technology, as well as being just like super primal in our ability to collect and appreciate things and value things on a level that people can understand. And so I think it's kind of a mesh of these three things. I personally do think that Genuine Undead is like, I think later down the line, people will look back at our project and figure out like, how the hell did they do what they did? Because basically, like, I think we're doing what every single project wants to do, except they need capital to do it. And we,
I'd agree.
for whatever reason, we've been able to figure out that drive, that incentive, that stickiness without the luring of like financial incentive there. If like people actually want to be here, not only because they love the art, but because they love being part of this community. They love being part of this family. They like the ideas. They like the potential and the opportunity. And I think that's my biggest goal, is to try to communicate the opportunity of Genuine Undead. Because look, Vicky, I know Hans has already talked to you, but the opportunity with Genuine Undead is right there in front of you. We have some of the best IP. We have some of the best traits. We have some of the best community members. All that is waiting for is someone to just pick up a hammer and start building with it, right? And it could be a game, it could be a story, it could be a comic book, it could be another collection, it could be an energy drink. I don't care, right?
Yeah.
The fact that you have this incredible IP matched with a community, and no one is basically stopping you or being a gatekeeper telling you can and can't do this, but instead you have a community trying to support you. Mind you, you might come up with an idea that people are like, that sucks. But that's just
Yeah. I love them. Is it Saigo? He does he does those amazing storytelling spaces. They are epic. Like, the thought and the time that he's gone into producing those is insane.
Saigo is man. So, we've made a couple statements.
Super talented.
We've made a couple statements before. Like, we've talked about Nikki before as being the heart of GU, and talked about some of these other people, but Saigo is literally one of those people that has been around since the beginning. He has never ceased to stop creating within GU, whether it was early on when we had our council. He was part of like not only the creative council, but he was also part of like the music council, and he was making music, doing all this kind of stuff. He has just been someone that has understood the assignment since day one of like what the opportunity has been with Genuine Undead, and how do I make this work for me? Because that's ultimate what it is. Like, we're not making this. You got to come into this and have some joy about it, right? You got to have fun. And Saigo has found a way to create and to tell stories and have fun within this environment, and that's exactly what I want people to figure out. And
he's very passionate. You can tell too. Like,
you can tell, you can totally tell when I've sat in his spaces, and he's done some really cool merch as well, isn't he? And like all sorts of stuff. So like, that's so unique to have community members, because I think a lot of NFT projects say, oh, you get IP rights, and kind of it's just like the thing, and no one does anything with it. But the Genuinely Undead community really do use it, and I think it's so exciting.
But I also think, Mason, that you've been very vocal about it too. Like, you know how to communicate this message to your community, and they know that they can branch out and do things. And this is why people like Saigo and people like, I've seen so many people do different things with GU, right, that are just great. And I think that it's the communication that you give them. It's just amazing. It's short of amazing, honestly.
Well, look, Vicky, do me a favor on the trait list over there on the Undead. Go down on one of the traits. There's going to be one that says undeads.
Yeah.
Okay. Click true. Okay. Just pick anyone.
Okay. I like this one.
Okay. I used to own that one. It's a great
one. He's a nice one. That green, by the way, anything with that green on is just like.
I do like that mohawk. I love that little kimono. All right. So now I want you to go over. If you go and you hover over the image, there's going to be a little arrow.
Oh, yeah. So.
And so there. Boom. So there you got an undeads. So undeads is a perfect example of someone taking the IP and deciding to do something with it.
That's
We wanted to compete with Chimpers and Azuki and Pudgy Penguins and all these people that were going on TikTok and Giphy and all this stuff, making cute content. Like, how do we proliferate? We're this scary ass 24 by 24 pixel art. Like, I'm sorry, we're not going to win over the hard.
We are.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just, how did we do that? And so, like, we came up with this idea of taking our complex design system, but putting it in more of this cute meta, and that's where the Undeads was born. And the Undeads is, to me, a really cool brand. Like, I see toys, I see a bunch of stuff that could come out of here.
Oh, 100%. You can see how, yeah, for sure. It's like it's a different market altogether. It's
100%.
like, yeah.
100%. So on that note, though, my next example is right below that, and I don't know if you can see this, but you have an overlay, and your overlay has an FU. So we have Forever Undead. Forever Undead is another example of community members coming together and saying, "Hey guys, there seems to be a lot of community on ApeChain, and it seems that their community is really into NFTs." They're really into collecting, and they want to collect art, and they want to be part of an engaged community. And so they basically came to GU and they pitched, "Hey, let's try to create an activation." And over the course of 3 months, they came up with this idea of Forever Undead, and they put it out there. And as you can see, we've got, I think, 1,800 holders. That's 1,800 holders coming into our ecosystem.
Yeah, these are awesome too. I've got quite a few of these. That's my Joker one at the bottom there. I just love him. But yeah, so it was the community who fed into the creation of this.
100%. I had no part of Forever Undead in regards to the inception. Now, obviously, because I'll do anything for GU. You know, anyone that wants to pick up a hammer and do something, I'm going to support you. And so, obviously, Forever Undead came out, and I went as hard as I could to kind of communicate it and shout it from the rooftops that, hey, Genuine Undead is making something. And we were a free mint that had basically nothing going for it, and we're still out here building doing incredible things. And we haven't really even talked about the fact that, you know, we did migrate our contract. And
I was going to ask you that question.
I wanted to know about that.
Really difficult, because obviously you didn't own the community didn't own the contract, whoever the original artist. So did you have issues trying to get hold of the ownership of that, or did you have to migrate to something new, or like how did that work? I bet that was quite challenging.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't heard from the artist since January of 2023. So it's
insane to me. Like insane.
That's crazy.
It's been a long time. And obviously then we had like the Twitter, we had access to the original Twitter. Elon ends up coming in, buys Twitter for $40 billion or $40 million, whatever it was. And we lost access to the Twitter. So like we were basically like stranded. Like, what do you do as a community? You've lost your Twitter. You don't have access to your founder. You still have your Discord. And so I think for us, we just decided to keep going. So we obviously built the Genuinely Undead. We have another account that we actually had before Genuinely Undead called the Genuine Times. That turned more into like a news content type of deal. We had a character that we created, Clark Cadaver. And Clark Cadaver basically gave the news every week. And so that was the Genuine Times. So we built that, and then we realized, all right, this has become a little too newsy. We need a little bit of a community, you know, Twitter. So that's what kind of gave birth to Genuinely Undead. But yeah, so back to your point about not having the contract, you know, we were kind of always, from the beginning, always kind of talking about this idea of engraving on chain, or at least putting GUs on chain, because we just felt like the pixel art was so unique, it was so high quality that we felt like it needed to be on chain, not just be on an IPFS server. So that was a lot of the dialect going on in the early days. And I think a lot of the core community like really stuck with that, and they felt like that was super important. On top of that, we didn't own the contract, and there were certain partnerships and things that basically fell through because we couldn't, like, we just didn't have it, you know? On top of that, like, we have no access to the artist. We don't know if he's paying the IPFS server. Like, I don't want people's art to disappear. It's just like a whole fucking conundrum, right?
Yeah.
So the community put together a plan, and they put together a plan of basically creating this new contract and obviously making it all voluntary and starting to migrate GUs over to this new contract, which would allow us several different features. One being able to engrave on chain, which we did in a very cool way. We actually allow people to engrave their SVG on chain, which is a downloadable, edited, like editable.
It's a vector. It's like a pure vector file, isn't it? So I could download that and create T-shirts with massive print out of it, and
You don't need, and all you need is access to Etherscan to get that.
Yeah.
Like that's wild to me.
Yeah.
So we were able to make that happen. On top of that, like we just saw on the screen, you're able to pair your undeads.
Yeah.
And in the future, the world's our oyster because now we have ownership of our contract. And believe it or not, today is a huge historical milestone day for us because today actually marks the day where we breached the 50% mark. That 50% of the original collection has now been migrated. Over 50% of the original collection has now been migrated to the new contract, and that has all been voluntary. Like to me, that's incredible.
That is incredible. I was going to ask actually because the one I bought a few weeks back, I don't think has not been. So that's quite easy for me to do. So I'm assuming
it depends what you bought. If you bought a GU Origins, then you have to upgrade. If you bought a genuine undead, then it's already upgraded.
Right. Yeah, it was a genuine undead, but I've definitely not got my paired little dude.
Well, the paired thing is something that you can do on rising.genuineundead.com. You can go on there, you can mint your paired thing. So
yeah, these are cool. They're cool. I like them.
Yeah,
I am like, I wish I had time to. I really want to do Cute and Creepy Gang. I really do.
Give me a solid. Will you pull up Giphy real quick? Because I think you guys should see the Undead's Giphy. Because believe it or not, I'm pretty proud of this. We only created 55 GIFs. Now, if you go look at Pudgy Penguins or all these other ones, they've got like 5,000 GIFs.
Is it genuinely undead in there, or is it GU?
Just put Undeads with a Z.
Oh, here we go.
So we only have 55 GIFs, but I think we've done around 100.
Oh, these are cool, yeah.
Oh, these are cool.
Yeah. So this is our little Giphy page. This is kind of where you can do these GIFs or wherever you do your GIFs. So there you go. Yeah, there's Iggy Azalea.
Oh my God, these are so much fun.
Yeah, I didn't even know that existed. Yeah,
no,
cool.
No, I did not. I'd seen a few of these on the timeline and just assumed, I had not made that connection at all.
Yeah, and if you go to the top, we actually have a bunch of like short films that we made. So if you go up, Giphy allows you to like put the shorts. So if you go to clips, all these are little short films that have sound, and I did all the sound design for all these things. So
that's cool.
Oh, awesome.
I think it's on mute, so you can't hear it. But
here we go.
That is so cool.
But yeah, this was like Dune. Dune was coming out, so we made a little Dune promo. So yeah,
wow.
We had a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun with this stuff, and I don't think people realize like we're doing this, like go to the black and white one. This is Olga. This is my favorite one.
Which one?
Up at the top, the third one over.
This one?
Yeah, this is my favorite. This is Olga.
Okay.
Like
so who helps with all this, Mason? Like who comes up with like the artwork and all that stuff?
This was all Marcus Manson, who is the artist of this. He's a GU member, OG.
Awesome. No, he's not. That's funny.
These are funny.
Yeah. So we had a lot of fun, and this was like one of the first brands that we kind of made via GU, so.
Oh, that's awesome. What did you create those in, or how do you know what you used to create those?
It's all like, Photoshop, Procreate. I don't know exactly his Marcus's like flow of how he makes it, and then he basically shoots me like a MP4 file, and then I take it and then I do all the sound design.
Sound for it, amazing.
That's pretty cool.
That's cool. I've just been teaching myself a bit of Procreate animation. Actually, I've been having a bit of fun. Nice. I'll share something at the end.
But you just went out. I saw it today, actually.
Oh, did you? Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm trying to do like little lore drops every week on the show, and I've done like another little animation with a story, voiceover, and all sorts of stuff. I was kind of again inspired by you guys, seeing what Saigo was doing and stuff. I thought, oh, the Luna Witch is primed for this. I gotta do some stuff. So
Saigo is so good at his artwork. It's just amazing.
Yeah, he's so talented. So I noticed something else as well about when obviously you've got this other contract. It's like a 2-factor. That's quite unusual, isn't it? Like a 2-factor authentication on the actual.
Yeah, that is it is a feature. It's something that we haven't really promoted much of, just because the company that basically is promoting that feature is still working on that feature. It's there. Okay. I also think that just practicality wise, in the way that people move their NFTs, having like a 2-factor authentication is just another step. Yeah, it's there. It's part of the contract, but it's not really something we're like really big on promoting. But it is a feature that our contract does have.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. So I also noticed you've been rocking these Good Vibes PFP. Like, tell me a bit about those guys, because I'm interested. The art is cool. Yeah, we were talking about it earlier, weren't we, Miguel?
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting, you know, like I think for me, like with Genuine Undead, I've just been always trying to connect with different artists, different people in the space that are trying to create and whatnot. And I think I originally connected with the GVC crew back in January. I made a big post in Genuine Undead saying, hey, we've got whitelist to this project. Here's a bunch of whitelists, yada yada. But at the time, it was January, it was February. People didn't really want NFTs, especially a 3D NFT that like reminded them of fucking all the money that they lost. And so, you know, I think it was tough. Like, I think it was a tough pill for a lot of people to swallow just at the time, especially in Genuine Undead. But yeah, for me, it's been really cool. I did like 5 or 6 streams with them before they minted. And obviously this year I've just been really leaning into streaming, just because I think that the level of effectiveness when it comes to communication is a little stronger, having like a visual tool.
Agree. Yeah.
That's what I've found doing this. I've really enjoyed being able to share, like, and be able to show what you're talking about. Whereas in a space, you're limited to like a pin at the top, and quite often someone pins over the top and stuff gets lost. And
it just becomes less educational. It just becomes more of like, we're talking just to talk.
Yeah. Vicky's a full professional now.
Yeah. Oh my God. I still get completely nervous before I come on. I'm like, oh my God. I find it a little bit stressful.
You were super nervous before you got on, Mason.
I was like, oh my God. We're both like,
time. But at the same time, like my big thing is that like it's very much feeding off people's energy, right?
Yeah.
And trying to find a way to align with other people's energy versus trying to force the show or force a stream or force a conversation.
Definitely.
Conversation.
Yeah.
It'll be flowing.
Yeah.
It's all and I've chatted to you in your spaces, so I knew, like, you know, but I think I get properly. It's like a typical artist thing, though, isn't it? It's like, oh my God, I feel like a fraud. Everyone's gonna know I'm rubbish. No, I'm like, oh
God. No, but to answer your question, Good Vibes has been super cool. I'm really bullish on Good Vibes. I think the team is super awesome. I love the fact that they have an incredibly successful animation studio in Web 2, and now they're
really
skill set. Yeah, I mean, go look at Toast TV. They've rebranded Google, Facebook. Like Facebook Messenger, as you know it, was rebranded by them.
Oh, wow.
And so basically they have been in the business of celebrating people's biggest moments. Toast.tv. I don't know what website that is.
I don't know what that is.
So yeah, it's been a really cool experience from that aspect. And then obviously we just we just dropped this big OpenSea video, which is like a huge activation for Web3. And that was really fun because I got an opportunity to, like, at the end, I mean, I didn't think I would, but at the end, you know, we were just filling in some spots and trying to just make it happen. And I got an opportunity to like throw in a bunch of projects and things that I just
that's cool.
I wanted to see there. And so, you know, people like Genuine Undead made an appearance, and it was just really cool to see that. So I love the fact that like an OpenSea video like that. I don't know if you guys went and saw, but like I think that video on X has done somewhere close to like 3 million views.
Wow.
And Genuine Undead is in there. You know what I mean? Like, and to me, that's super cool that I got to put a hand in that. So
that's pretty cool. I'm gonna have to join the community. Looks pretty cool.
Bro, I'm telling you, they're super legit. I wish I got more GUs in there because I know the price point is definitely expensive now, and it's not the cheapest. It's not the cheapest place to get into now, and I'm completely aware of that. But I definitely tried. I definitely tried to get as many GUs in there because I really do believe in the team. I believe in what they're doing, and I also like I've spent a lot of time talking to them about GU. Like when I first got hired, Chris, who's the artist, he was just like, we got to talk though. Like, you got to tell me about GU. Like, what's the deal? Right. And so, like, just like this space, I was just like, all right, you ready? And we just went in for like 2 hours, you know, like 2 hours. I just went to town on like why this is this. And we ended up just like super connecting on this whole like idea of a design system. Right. And this idea of that, like, out of all of these projects that are out there, there's so few that have like a design system that is so strict and so to a T, but it's also what makes those projects what it is. Good Vibes is a very similar collection. When you start to look at it, you start to realize like a lot of them are one-on-ones. Like a lot of them, like there's only this many that ever will feel like that. And GU has a very similar feel to that. Like I have a lot of GUs that I will never sell. They're not rare. They're not whatever. But in my eyes, there's only one of them. There's only one that looks like that. That color scheme, that trait set, that whole thing, it's only done that way. And it could only be possible because that design system was made in that way. And so for me, that's why I'm really bullish on Good Vibes. Like I've really only collected in this space, right? When I buy NFTs, I normally buy one NFT of a project, and it's normally to support the creator or the person or the community, whatever it is, because I want to support that person. And that's my mentality. I usually never buy more than one. Genuine Undead was like the first project where I started buying more than one. One, because I really ended up becoming obsessed with the art. I think Genuine Undead really should come with like a PSA. The fact that like it should be illegal not to come with a PSA because it's so fucking addicting to buy your first one. And I think the next collection that's really struck me is Good Vibes. And again, Good Vibes was the same. It's the same thing that happened to me with GU. I knew about Good Vibes. I knew the team. I watched the process. But at the same time, like I had this already preconceived notion of 3D art, and I had my own understanding of what it was. And then when I really got in, I really understood it, and I really got to see that quality firsthand. That's where I was just like, fuck, I want.
Yeah, they look really good. I mean, the details. I've seen like your PFP, and I remember you talking about in one of your posts a while ago when you first got in, talking about the details. And I kind of looked at it really up close, and the details are just phenomenal. Like the structure of like the clothing and you know how it looks and all that stuff. It looks really good. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to check them out and get in.
It ruined a lot of shit for me. I'm gonna be honest. Like it ruined a lot of shit.
It's so pristine. It's really pristine. That when I look at it, it's like,
very sharp.
Yeah, very.
So yeah, shout out to GVC. Stoked for what they're doing. But obviously they're like the new kids on the block right now, and it's cool though because I think that the thing is through GVC, there's been so many people from that community that are now Genuine Undead holders. That have, whether they've listened to me on a space, whether they've just seen me in whatever, or they've just met. Like there's actually a bunch, and this is why I fucking love GU. Like shout out to GU, but there's a bunch of people in GU that are still in Good Vibes. They don't hold Good Vibes, but they're in the Discord and they fucking vibe all the time, and they're always in there. They're always hanging out just because they're good people. Like that's just GU's just looking for that type of energy. And to me, I don't know. I'm just bullish on both of these communities, very much so.
And they are on ETH, right?
They are on ETH, yeah.
No, the art really stands out for me on those Good Vibes for sure. Like when you change your PFP, I was like, oh my god, what is this?
The cool thing now is I have like that badge, and so I can change my PFP as much as I want now, which has been a luxury. Believe it or not, I hadn't changed my GU PFP for 3 years. It was a big deal. Like it fucked me up. I'm gonna be honest.
It does. And you feel like you can't even see yourself in spaces when you change your PFP. It's like, where am I? I don't even know where I am.
It was rough. I do feel like a bit of a freedom now. Like there's a weird sense of like I feel like I can wear anything now, which is kind of nice. But the nice thing is that I can change my PFP at a whim now. And so whenever I do like a GU space, I'll change it to a GU. Whenever I'm doing a good vibes, it'll be a good vibes. And so that's the nice thing now. I do have the freedom to kind of change my PFP at a whim now.
Yeah, I mean, I remember when you first changed it, I kind of looked at it quick and I was like, just change his PFP.
It's shocking. Right. It's shocking.
Let's give some credit where credit's due. Let's go to my profile real quick. Let's look at my banner because I think my banner myself.
No, you still got the old one there. Yeah. Genuine Undead. I see it.
Let's go to Mason. Let's go to my banner because no matter what my PFP is, I think I represent no matter what, and I think this is incredibly important.
Where are you from? Why aren't you there?
All right, TN0N.
There you are. I don't know why it didn't come up the first time.
All right, so look at that banner. Look at that banner. Come on.
There we go. Come on now.
There he is. He's back.
You know?
I love his like slick back hair and his like rainbow shades. They look cool. They do. Yeah.
I feel like this is like a nice effective communication where I'm representing two communities at once, which I think is really cool. And
yeah, it's cool. I like it.
Right now
it is cool. Do you have like a favorite? I mean, how do you have a favorite trait in GU? But are there a couple of traits in the art that you're like, I have to have if you see them on the,
Oh yeah, fuck yeah,
for sale.
Fuck yeah. First of all, I have the rarest Lu ever. Like, so the red is Lu. So if you go to type, type Lu. So my Lu is the rarest Lu in the collection.
Okay,
really?
Let's go.
Lus have always been the alpha.
Okay.
So you see my PFP right there.
He's right there. First one.
First one.
That's cool.
Bought this I remember the floor was like 0.0, I don't know, 0.06, right when GU came out, and I bought this for 0.3.
Wow.
I said, fuck, rarest Lu. But yeah, the red ones have always drawn to me. They just stand out. So Lus are definitely the alpha. I've also owned the one all the way on the right with the blue shades.
Oh, that's a dope one.
That's a good one, yeah, too. I like that one.
This is a good example. So this haircut is called the Harry. Probably my favorite haircut. Also, probably the most controversial trait in GU. There's a lot of people who hate this trait. They think the Harry is the most ugly trait ever. I disagree. I think Harry is the best head of hair in Web3.
It's cool.
It does. It's a thick head of hair.
Yeah. So I'm a big Harry guy. I love Lu. And so I'll be honest, like I'm more of a classic guy than I am cyber. There's people in GU that I think lean way more cyber. I'm definitely more of a classic for whatever reason, the colors, the traits, they're more me.
Yeah. It's funny. For me, it's the.
You see that? Wait, go back up. Fuck, I own such good ones. No, you see the one right next to it?
This one. Ooh.
No.
No.
No, go down. Down. Yeah.
This one here.
With the cigar?
Okay, so again, Harry trait. So already supreme. Best head of hair.
I feel like you've got a thing about hair. Like,
Harry. Come on, Harry is the best. Also, we don't know this, right? But the head of hair is called Harry. Why would it be called Harry? We have no idea, right? We don't know the artist. He has no connection. All we have is the name is Harry. So what is that? What is that?
Dirty? Is it a bit of a dirty Harry thing? I don't know.
Could be dirty. It's a great guess. It's a great guess. A lot of us do think it's Dirty Harry because there's a lot
mystery.
Of pop culture, right? The mohawk on my red guy is actually called T. The T trait for Mr. T, maybe. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah.
Could be.
I think my favorite my type is the shiny. For me, I do like the shiny face.
I love the shiny. You see that one? You just passed mine up there.
Which one? This one?
Yeah, that's my shiny with the cracked face. Love this one.
Yes.
That one's cool. Yeah.
So yeah, I've got a shiny face one.
Yeah, I think I have one of those too.
Shiny is really cool because, again, you're seeing the color. Like, look, from this angle, you don't actually see the blue. You just see a shadow.
Yeah.
You just see how
Yeah.
when you actually pull it up, it's actually yellow and blue. And you're like, how the fuck is yellow and blue making this kind of shading?
Yeah, it is so clever.
I gotta tell you, pixel art's really hard to do. I mean, from an artist perspective, like it's extremely hard. And for him to be so detailed like this, it's crazy.
Dude, it's wild.
Yeah,
It's
I wouldn't know
making the traits feel like they're unique, right? Like, and I think that's the coolest thing with Undeads is you get to see Marcus interpret what these pixel traits are. Even with the FU, you know, FU, it was Brian was trying to interpret what they were too.
I wonder if the artist will ever like show up again and say, "Hey,
I know, can you imagine? Yeah, hi there. This is my one, my shiny one. This one.
Ooh, I love that.
It was the pink and the green, and it was like I was just like, oh my god, I had to have it. I saw it, and I just had to have it. It's a cool one.
Can we go to activity on this? Part of me feels like I own this at one point too.
How many do you have?
Is it in the history?
No, it's
What
up.
is it? Activity. I got it.
There you go.
Nope.
Look, there you go. Nope.
No,
that you?
Nope.
It's not you.
That's a beautiful one. That like, is that the prehistoric? What is that jacket?
It is.
Prehistoric.
Why can't I scroll? So it's the trendy jacket.
Trendy jacket. Yeah, I like this one a lot. I like it. It really matches the shiny, like just the whole motif. And
it was the pink in the eyes, the pink in the jacket, the green in the eyes. It just felt so. It again, like you're saying, it feels like a one of one. For me, I was like, there isn't another one like this.
They all do.
Right. Yeah. This trait combo, you won't find anything like it. And here's the other thing that's really interesting, and we don't talk about this as much anymore, just because it's just been a while. You have to check the history and origins. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. So if you look at the background, this is the ocean background. The backgrounds are also super unique. If you go, I think there's 13 or 14 backgrounds. This is called ocean. This is like the dark blue. But you may not notice, but the backgrounds are gradients.
Yeah.
And so that was actually a really unique choice that I think the artist made that I think actually made the collection. And I've had several like very like well-known high type of respected artists back in the day when we were getting more attention on the collection talk to me about the fact that that choice for the gradient is what made them really like connect with the work, because it almost makes the GU pop out. Like there's depth.
Yeah, it brings it forward. It gives it depth for sure, because it's got that vignette kind of effect on the outer edge. Yeah,
it's been interesting because like if you go back, like I really haven't seen many NFTs pre-GU that have ever really tried that, especially with a pixel collection. But yeah, it's interesting for sure.
It's always been like a solid color in the background, never like a gradient like this. It's cool. It's one of the first things I noticed when I looked into GU for the first time.
Yes, you can also notice that there's gifts. So there's two different types of gifts in this collection. There are flaming horns, both red and green, and then there's also a hologram. So there's two moving GUs as well. Two moving.
That's cool.
So I hadn't realized that was in. I assumed the people who held these had done this themselves. You know what I mean? I hadn't realized it was actually part. Oh my god, I did not know that. That is so cool.
So there's flaming horns and then there's horns. So there's also horns that don't move, which is interesting.
Yeah. Okay.
Horns that don't move.
Yeah.
Now, if you go down to type, it's a different trait. Right? And you go down to hologram, go to hologram, and these all move as well.
Okay.
Didn't know that.
This is the cyber kind of.
Oh, okay. There's like a glitch.
Yep. And if you it has an undeads, but if you click, the undeads moves as well.
Has that one got one? Yeah. Oh yeah.
What?
Nice. I did not know this. I
Take
thought
all
I
my
did.
ETH to you.
I just want everyone to know.
Miguel's gonna lose his shit.
I'm gonna have to go.
I just want everyone to know this was a free mint. Okay.
How much work? I mean, I did with when we first launched, and we did a Dead Keep Sugar Skull mint, and it was 10,000. It was free, and I know the work that went into that. And this is like other level, for a free mint. It's
Crazy.
It's insane.
Well, that's
and the fact it's all hand drawn as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's all done by hand. This is way pre-AI. I mean, the other thing too is you brought up like the website earlier. Like that website, we built that all community. Like,
what is this one? Oh, that's
community didn't really have funds for that website. That was all community members that came together and built genuineundead.com.
Oh, wow.
And that website is so slick.
Right.
It's really nice, so professional compared to a lot of like projects websites I go on that, like really nice.
So if you go, would you mind going back there real quick? I just want to show you the links there. So there's
2 seconds. My dog is whining to come in. Hang on. Let's go. I just heard a little panicked squeak at the door. You're all right, Kill. Right, where am I going?
All right, so if you go to the little hamburger on the right, yeah. Okay, so on here, there's a couple different things here. Like there's the marketplace. Marketplace is basically the GU. Like we have our own marketplace. You can go and buy GUs here. You don't have to pay the OpenSea fee.
Nice.
You can.
I did not know that as well.
Right? You can also go to the top and you can change the collection. So if you want to go and shop.
Tell me none of this, Mason. Damn it,
bro.
I'm already seeing something I need.
No.
There. Okay, so if you go back to the website, so this is the marketplace.
Right. Okay. Website.
Okay, so let's go back to that hamburger. Yep. Then we got merch. And so this is a whole merch store, which is also getting like a whole revamp and whatnot because we've got.
Is that Saigo's artwork up there?
Saigo's artwork. That's the whole
so
Saigo capsule collection. So there's a bunch of stuff that is going to be updated on this whole merch site coming in the next couple of days. I just found out. It's super exciting.
Ooh, that's exciting.
Holder rewards. So if you're a holder and you hold some certain traits, you're going to be really excited.
Oh man.
My God.
Time there's going to be a merch drop just for specific traits. I mean, come on.
I love it.
Buy more.
I love physical stuff. Like I love I'm trying to do that a lot with our collection, and yeah. Excuse me.
All right, so
she's such a madam. I did say to you earlier, Mason, she would make an appearance. She always does.
I hope you don't mind doing the speed run here, but I just wanted to show you some of the jump off points that we have on this website because there's a bunch of things here. So yeah, we go back to GU, we go back to the hamburger. Okay, so we did merch, and then we go down to let's go down to upgrade.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the Connect wallet. So if you connect your wallet to this will basically give you access into our portal. Within this portal, you'll be able to upgrade a GU that hasn't been upgraded. Once it's upgraded, like I don't know if you can connect your wallet and see, but if you connect your wallet and we can see your GU, you can kind of see your status and whatnot. Also,
yeah, I need to check my ledger, and I'm like,
don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. But on this DApp, basically, you can access all of your raw files. You can get your SVG, your PNG, your JPEG. You can get you can get your undeads, and you can also engrave on chain. So anything that you want to do from a technical side or a download side, this is your portal for everything asset wise. And as you can see, there's also links to everything here. So you've got OpenSea, merch, our marketplace. We actually have a Spotify because we've got a whole bunch of GU.
I saw that. I saw they've got some cool playlists. I did see that. Yeah. I love this because me and Fraser are building something similar, like a VIP area where you can connect your wallet and download different versions of your mint and stuff so that you can use it if you want. And it was something we talked about early on, and I don't see many people do. So like to see this is like really cool. I'm like, we must be on the right track. If you guys do it.
One more thing, if we just go back to the website, I just want to show one more thing. And this is a feature that I feel like we need to make a little bit more clear because it's my favorite feature. But if you go down to that smaller word, you see sorter.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a super cool feature. So basically, all you have to do is put in your wallet address. Doesn't matter what wallet address you put in. But you
Can't see now, can you?
yeah, you could use my wallet address. You could use anyone. But basically, what it'll do is it will bring all of your genuine undead, and then you can make a grid of your genuine undeads or your undeads, and you can export that.
Interesting.
Okay. Let me see if I can add that address because mine is spread over a little bit.
And you can add multiple. You can add multiple addresses too.
Okay. Oh, saying that, I'm a pain because I'm always minting on a ledger and for like extra safety. So that means like I can't always access everything. I got to plug everything in. Maybe it's in here.
You don't have to connect it.
Oh, okay.
So now go to grid. Do you see?
Go to display. Here we go.
Dude, right there.
Nice.
So basically, you could export that right now. You have 2, so your grid would be 2. But some people like me that are obsessed have 30 plus. We can export our grids and whatnot.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
I just got 2 little ones. I need
it's just another tool to kind of be able to really just value your collection and be able to see it, and you have to go and throw it into Photoshop, but we have it there for you to do.
Yeah. I love that.
And that's great. I think we got to put the word out on all this stuff.
I know, it's so exciting.
Like know about this.
Yeah, I didn't know about all of that either. And we've not really even touched on FU, but I feel like we don't, it's just been so much.
Well,
we touched
a little bit about it, but yeah, FU's super cool. FUs are activation on Ape Chain. We definitely have some FUs to give out tonight, so that's on you. You're gonna make that happen.
Yeah.
But look, Forever Undead's a super cool way to get involved in our community. If you can't afford a GU right now, you probably can afford a FU. And if you buy an FU, you join our Discord, you can get verified. You actually get access to our Bone portal, so you're already automatically involved in everything that we're doing. Obviously, genuine undeads get a bit of a higher reward and a higher kind of staking mark for everything that they do, but FUs are completely part of our community. So
yeah, I love these. I particularly like the Joker traits.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool ones there.
There's some really cool ones, and the biker jackets too.
That one a lot. Yeah, that was one of the previews.
Yeah, that was nice. Yeah. Oh my god. Well, thank you so much for coming on and sharing everything. It's been so much fun, and I feel like I thought I knew Steph, and I know even more about you guys.
I'm sorry. I know I talk a lot, so I apologize.
No, it's perfect because I'm just happy. Everyone just wants to learn, so I'm really glad we could sort of share everything.
Yeah. I guess I'll leave you with this. Is like, you've seen, if you've been watching this stream and you've seen all the things that we've done, like, think about your favorite project, think about all the projects that you've been involved in, and think about everything that they've got going for it. There's a lot of incredible projects. There's a lot of incredible people here. Genuine Undead happens to be part of that whole ecosystem, except we constantly get compared to projects that have a centralized leadership, have a war chest, have a team that's guiding it, and we're in such a different scenario, yet we're still being compared to different projects like that. And I think that in itself is something to be admired and something to be proud of. But at the same time, I just want people to understand that the expectations here are much different, and it's one of those things that it really is, you get out what you put in, and the opportunity is completely the same for everyone involved here. And we would love to have you. Genuine Undead, we're not going anywhere. We are literally undead. We are alive till the end. And so we would love to have you.
Yeah, it's amazing. Well, I love being part of the community. I try and jump in on a Saturday whenever I can. Quite often I'm walking the dog and I'm listening in a wood or up a mountain, but I'm there listening. It's always good conversation.
Just the community in general, it's just great.
Yeah, it is. Everyone's really, like, to coin a phrase, genuine. Quite literally.
That's what it is.
I feel that's what it's bred.
The interesting part right now is like we're entering this like phase of technology where like AI and vibe coding and vibe marketing and like like you don't need the skill sets that you needed anymore. And so for me, I think that's what I'm most excited for about GU is trying to really get a lot of the people within our community to come into their power and really understand that they don't need that much time to kind of get up to speed with some of the most advanced things out right now. And they can create not only for GU, but for themselves. And I think that is what I'm most excited for this community is being a hub to channel a lot of that information and that education and give it a place for people to come and learn from.
Yeah.
That's great.
It is
I'm gonna have to draw something for GU.
I know. I'm jonesing.
GU related.
I know.
I know a couple of undead little ants somewhere.
I really want to make some pins of my two. I don't know how it would work with the pixel. I'd probably have to simplify it.
Oh, cool.
So, because I am obsessed. I was sharing earlier, and Hans was like, "You need to do some." So I was like, "I'm gonna work on that."
I would love some GU pins. That would be amazing.
Yeah. I think the shiny
You
tree.
have a lot of cool stuff.
It would look really cool.
You know what I want?
What do you want?
That you made, and you show me a picture of that little Joker.
I know. I did a joke. So I did a little Russian doll. It's in the style of the Joker, and it doesn't exist on chain as a minute. Oh, you can keep
Doesn't exist yet.
It's just in my iPad.
Do you guys remember the toy Stretch Armstrong?
Yes.
I want an undead Stretch Armstrong. That's what I want. That's what
Okay. Miguel, that's your task.
I'm gonna have to make that happen.
Yeah, do it. Oh my god. How are we going to pick 5 winners from the comments? What's the best way to do it? Because I know
this is all your show. I've been letting you do your thing in this show.
Hang on, let me see.
Pilot. I'm here for moral support for you.
Okay.
It's always the hardest part is, picking the winners.
It looks like it's working now. Let's see.
It looks like it's working, yeah. I don't see it.
I can't remember where I've put the screen though. Hang on. Wait. Let's have a look. Is it there? Oh,
Kevin from now on.
Empty Soul Prime, you've won one. He's part of my SCW crew. Can we run it again? Does it do it more than once?
Yeah, you could redo it again.
Let's do another one. On the same again. No, come on, do another one.
Do it again.
Right, okay. Let me try again.
There's only 5 people that commented.
Are they? No.
And we have 320 people watching, and only like 5 commented.
Redman, Frisky,
Hero. Let's go, Hero. I love Hero.
Okay, I'm gonna make a note of all those in the comments now.
Congratulations, guys! You just won an FU. If you're already in the GU community, I already love you. If you aren't in the GU community, you are now. So join the Discord. Find out what you can do in the Bones portal. Find out what's going on. We just literally got past 50% on our new contract. It's a huge day for us. It's a huge day.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay, cool. So I think we had DGen Mike, love you. He's a legend. Redman, Empty Soul Prime. Oh yeah, I got them here. I got a little list. I'm going to send you all DMs for your ETH/8 chain wallets, and I'm gonna pick. Can I win something? Do you know what? You can have a Lunar Witch. I'm gonna give you a Lunar Witch. I'm gonna DM you. That's what you can have. Write them all down. I'll send some more. Oh my god! Right, I'm gonna take a picture of the screen. That's gonna be the easiest way. Oh well, thank you so much, Mason, for coming on and sharing, and it's been so much fun.
Yeah, there's still so much more to Mason, though. You have no idea. A lot more.
Yeah, that's true.
Spawn stuff, which I love.
I'm sure I have plenty of stories. You just keep the questions coming.
I love when you talk about Spawn because you just get so excited about it that you get me excited about it.
So I was going to ask you about that. If you collected other, like aside from NFTs, are you into like comics or like trading cards and stuff?
Don't get him started, Vicky.
I know I got to ask the question because I'm a bit obsessed as well.
It's weird. Like I didn't like for my entire life. Like I never I was into shit, but I never collected it until Web3. I felt like I had more of the confidence to like lean into my weird side.
Yeah.
So yeah, growing up, like my character, like my hero character, comic book character, whatever. I really like Spawn. I really like this like anti-hero. I liked Todd McFarlane as this. I like his whole story of being this guy who basically was like, fuck Marvel, fuck DC, and I'm gonna go start Image Comics. And I like the whole like story behind it. And so I was always drawn to Image stories, Spawn obviously being the biggest one of them. Yeah, so I've got a bunch of Spawn comics. I've definitely got some Spawn like figures and things like that.
You got some cool shit.
Yeah, I got some.
Real.
Have you?
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, it's a little embarrassing. I definitely don't bring all my friends.
It's not embarrassing. Oh my god, you should come to the FCW space.
Crazy.
We're all like heavy into comics and like trading cards.
No, that's cool. And I think
that shit's cool, man.
Genuine Undead has really like opened up a little like box for me because Genuine Undead, like one of the things that I've been working on for the last 2 years is this comic with Genuine Undead, and it's been a labor of love, and it's been years trying to release this fucking comic, but we're almost
there. Are you almost there? When do you think that'll be available?
Yeah, I don't want to say anymore because every time I say it, I fucking shoot myself in the foot.
We're gonna get them,
but yeah, I really want this to come out, and I've dedicated so much time, so much money, and like no one has any idea, like because I haven't talked about this at all, like a little bit. Like there's like my pinned post on my Twitter is this, but whatever. I haven't really talked at all about this, and so it's a big undertaking. It's been like walking uphill both ways, barefoot in the snow type of deal. You know what I mean?
So
have you also been one of those things that like I get to kind of relate all those inspirations to like Spawn and Todd McFarlane and try to channel that into my own project?
So what's the process of that? I'm curious. Do you like rough storyboard just like the story and then like the art and then like what's the process? Because when you open, like I love like reading comics and graphic novels, and it's just like mind blowing to me the work that kind of goes into that, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know everyone's process. I can only speak on ours and our team. The way that we kind of went about it is, I think we've very, very much been focused on story first, like always story first. Like we didn't want we already knew we had the artist, and the artist that we teamed up with, Gimmicks, who's part of our like whole team. His art is incredible, and so like we weren't worried about the art, but we were really wanted to make sure it was like a story first. And I'll use the example of something like Walking Dead, right? Walking Dead started as a comic, as a graphic novel. It's not fucking black, Jesus. It's dark blue. Okay?
What you saying, Mason? Any color?
Anyway.
Oh my god, I love it.
Yeah. So anyway, Walking Dead, like it's literally one of the biggest shows on TV. Like my girlfriend's parents, that's like her favorite show, and they're like in their 60s. They have no idea it came from a comic book. And the reason why they love that show is because it's a character-driven story. They like it starts with characters. It's not really a zombie show, right? It's more.
No, it isn't. It's all about the people.
It's very character-driven, yeah.
And so that's how we've approached this. Like we wanted to create a story that was genuine undead, about genuine undead, but it was about the characters. It wasn't just like, oh, look at this fucking power and let me masturbate in this battle and then it's over. You know, it's more of characters and understanding why they're driven to do what they do and why they've gotten in the situations that they've gotten into. And so we've started with the story, and we wrote a lot of story. We wrote basically like the first season, and then we outlined the first 3 seasons. So we put a shit ton of like, in terms of building the universe. And then we had to like walk it all the way back and try to then communicate that to the artist of like how we now tell that story with a combination of both words and images, which I'll be honest is a challenge for me too. I've never done comics. I come from a film world, so it's a little different, you know?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I mean, you collect comic books, so you're in that world, so you know what storylines will be catchy, what, you know, like you just know.
Yes and no. I mean, yes and no. I mean, I hope so. I know what like interests me, but that's
more credit. You know your shit. I think it's gonna be good.
Web3 doesn't give a shit. Web3 doesn't give a shit.
I like the Black Horse comics quite often.
You need to come and be my voice for my story.
You like Black Horse. All right, so you like Black Horse.
Uh-oh.
This is my favorite Black Horse, DC Black Horse. Do you know Transmetropolitan?
No, I do not. Okay, that's on my list.
Yeah. So this all right. Fuck yeah. This whole novel is basically the characters. His name's Spider Jerusalem. That's the main character, and
Okay,
it's
good
basically
name.
like it's basically like a riff off Hunter S. Thompson. And so it's this dude in the future, but he's like a writer, and the way that like he just it's hard to explain, but it's basically Hunter S. Thompson in the future. It is so fucking good, and it's so raw,
Okay.
it's so edgy. It's like not something that you can read like if you have kids in the room because you'll just feel filthy. But it's
Love it. Yeah, I'm into like a lot. I like a lot of horror, so a lot of my graphic novels are like The American Vampire, things like that, and Outcast, and so yeah, I like anything a little bit edgy and a bit different.
yeah, this is this is you'll like this then. This isn't so
Yeah.
much horror, but this is like as non-PC as you can get, but at the same time incredibly intelligent, incredibly like, you know, I don't know.
Yeah.
Great book. Transmetropolitan. Couldn't recommend
Okay,
it.
need to remember that.
Also,
I'll probably be messaging, but I can't remember.
We're gonna have to look into that, Vicky.
Yeah, I will.
It's DC Dark Horse, so.
Yeah. I see. I'm not into like Marvel's not my thing.
I completely fucking just lied to you.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I think it's DC Black. It's not Dark Horse.
Oh, okay. It's,
I do like Dark Horse.
Yeah. And I do like the DC comics. So to be fair, I'm not like a Marvel comic reader so much. But
You like DC better than Marvel?
Yeah, that's always been I think it's slightly like we were saying about more the anti-heroes. I kind of feel like it's a little bit not your obvious. What's that?
Another one. This is called Fatale.
Okay. I got it.
Basically like mid-century modern 1970s. It's your femme fatale. She's like this incredibly complex seductress, femme fatale, you know what I mean? But she's not really a seductress. Like it's like so complex because like you get to kind of go into her mind. And so like when you think about film noir and you think about a femme fatale, it's usually from the perspective of like the guy and he's being seduced and it's like this evil thing. This is that same premise, but you get inside the actual head of the femme fatale and you kind of get to understand what's actually happening from her perspective, which is a whole nother riff on the genre. It's super cool. It gets you to kind of understand that although, yes, she might be this seductress, like she can't fucking help it and she doesn't want it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like this really cool layer.
So that makes me think, because I watched a movie not so long ago and it was that premise, and you start off watching the movie, you thinking she is the victim, and it turns out it's her holding him hostage, and it all flips round on itself and you realize that she's actually the bad guy. And I loved it because you feel like she's this vulnerable person and actually it turns out she's the manipulator of the whole thing, and it's I love stuff like that.
Yeah. I mean, this is like that's why I like Image, because I feel like Image just does a really good job of just not making it so polarizing of like hero, good, bad, and I like complex characters. I like people like for me, I do like books. Like I am definitely I watched The Neverending Story last night with my girlfriend. She had never seen it, and she was like,
"Oh wow,
that one scene where the guy goes to the bookstore and he's making fun of him for
Who's this guy?
oh I don't know,
Brad Pitt."
Brad Pitt.
Do I
What's
remove
up,
him?
Casey?
Who is he?
It's Casey.
It's Casey, is it? Where is he?
Yeah.
Do I add him? Shall I add him?
Add
Hang
him.
on.
Ed, see what he's up to. What's going on?
Whoa! What up, brother?
What are you?
I got really bad signal.
You always got that signal. That's not new.
You look like you're in traffic.
What are you up to?
What are you at?
You can't hear shit.
Oh my
No,
god.
can't hear nothing.
No
It's a
worries.
volume up.
Wait.
Can you hear us now?
Look at that shiny head.
He does have a shiny head.
He needs a Harry trait. That's what he needs.
Fuck, that's horrible. I can't hear you guys. Hey,
I can hear you.
can you hear? I have really, really, really bad signal where I'm at.
Where the hell are you?
I'm in an emerging country, guys. We're working on it.
We're working on it. Brilliant.
That's good shit.
Oh my word! I was like, is it actually Brad Pitt coming up? Like, what's going on?
Oh,
So
he's out.
random. But yeah, no, I'm like, so I love Stephen King because I think he's like so good at building characters that you really believe in and love, and there's sort of the stuff that's going on in the background, like the horror element is actually like with Walking Dead, it's sort of not really what you're reading about, it's clever when writers can do that. So I'm with you. I love books.
I love books too. Shout out to books. We need more books.
I do.
And yeah, not only comic books. Comic books are cool, but
Yeah, but
I mean,
actual books.
good story, good characters, good story, good, writing. Like I really like that. So.
Yeah. It's funny. It's funny though, because I think as a kid, I always collected like trading cards. I was never into comics until I was an adult. But I was into Garbage Pail Kids, stuff like that. And I lost my collection sort of over the years. And when I got back into NFTs, I started like trawling the internet, and I've been buying unopened UK Series 1s.
That's literally,
It's so cool.
That's how my Spawn collection started, where I was like,
Yeah.
I didn't collect any of it. I never had any of it. And then
it's so cool. I love that. And I actually, on one of my packs, pulled one of the most sought after cards. I pulled the Adam Bomb.
No shit.
I know.
Cool.
That's so cool. So I was like, I feel like NFTs have made me go, it's okay actually just to collect random shit now. It's okay. It's like everyone else is doing it.
Yeah. I mean,
I think I said a while ago on a stream that part of the reason why I like Spawn was because it taught me when I was young how to draw shadows.
Oh yeah,
Believe it
you
or
said
not.
that before.
yeah. I mean, I think that's Todd McFarlane too. Like if you look at the like later Spider-Man stuff when he got involved, like that's when a lot of those shadow stuff came in. Obviously, Venom, same thing.
Yeah.
Basically, every character he kind of created had a lot of that shading stuff. But yeah, no, I agree, man. It was cool. It was cool.
Yeah,
And
I think it was
shout out to them too. Like one of the reasons why I got so interested is like, believe it or not, Todd has a Discord. It's called Odd Key, and it's all Web3. And so like I collect Spawn covers every Friday. They drop new Spawn covers every Friday, like because Spawn's been going for now 30 plus years. There's I think 370 issues. And so every Friday, for the last year and a half, Todd has dropped a cover. And so I think we're up to like cover 50 something, and we still have, 300 plus to go. And so every Friday I collect Spawn covers on Solana, which is really cool. And so, we are going to start to see some of these collecting communities start to bridge over.
Yeah. I think V Friends are doing it like quite a lot. My one of my buddies, NF Creeps, has become like an official sketch artist for like tops for like Garbage Pail, V Friends, a few others. And it's interesting how active their community is on X and on Instagram, and it feels like it's bridging that little Web3, Web2 gap with their NFTs and their cards. It's exciting to think that that's sort of happening.
Yeah.
Sure.
No, I agree. Definitely cool to see. And I think it's also just like a testament to the thesis that like collecting's not going anywhere. Like it brings people joy. People enjoy things and they identify with those things. And that's ultimately the thing that I'm bullish on.
Yeah. It's what connects everybody, isn't it? Is that common thing that they found a passion for, and they might be from totally different walks of lives, totally different people, but they brought together with this common passion. And I think
it's like it all comes down to giving meaning to something, and it's a lot easier to give meaning to things that you collect.
Yeah,
that's true. And how meaningful it is to you as well, like whoever's collecting it. Like if I turn my cameras around, you will see I have a bunch of shit here from Lord of the Rings that I collect.
Oh, do you really?
I love
it. Insane.
You know what's so funny is I think it was like I want to say it was like 2 or 3 weeks ago. I saw someone like saying that they were trying to trade their like limited original first edition Lord of the Rings first 3 books for like some NFT, and they were like, they were like trading it, and I was like, dude, this is so wild. Like the bartering system is so cool.
That's crazy.
Fucking.
Actually,
I'm gonna give you a fucking 100 Rebel Ants. You give me your first.
Funny. I actually have the book of the artist that drew all the like stills from the movie.
Wow,
it's really cool. Yeah,
wow.
really cool. I love it. All the shades, all the sketches, everything. I have everything.
When was the last time you did a full?
Oh, dude, like a week ago. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
The full 3?
Oh, full 3,
God,
and I have the extended versions.
Bro,
with director's commentary.
You got to do the extended. No, I've been trying to get my girlfriend to do that. She's never done all 3.
What?
Yeah, I've done like a bunch of other series. Like we did Star Trek, we did Star Wars, we've done a couple other Harry Potter, like those kind of things. I haven't do Lord of the Rings for whatever reason. I don't know.
Lord of the Rings just has everything. War,
it does.
love,
everything.
sadness, like just everything. It's in there. I love it.
Did I ever tell you, Miguel, all my guinea pigs were named after hobbits? Did I tell you that? So we had Bilbo, we had Pippin, Sam, Frodo. Literally, I had like 5, and they were like all named after hobbits.
Let me see if I could grab something. It's all the way over there behind the camera. See, I even have like the figurine of like the castle. Hold on, let me see.
Oh God, get it.
The castle figurine, I love it. Also, nice haircut, by the way.
I know he's looking. I think he's going out to dinner very shortly. Looking slick. I know. Oh my goodness! Right, how big is this castle, Miguel? I was expecting a larger thing.
Yeah, I was definitely expecting like a big ass cat, but that is the castle.
That is cool.
This is the sketchbook I have. Sketches.
So they're original sketches, right?
Yeah.
Wow, that's so cool.
Super cool.
Yeah, love it.
A bunch of other stuff.
Oh God, we're such a bunch of nerds. I love it.
Super nerds.
Oh, dude, I'm like the biggest nerd ever.
I know, we love it. But yeah. Oh well, you need to go, I guess, Miguel, because you've got dinner plans, I think. So
nah, it's all right.
You okay? You're not in a hurry?
Yeah, no, I'm still good.
Okay, good. Just shout if you are. What is this show? Hang on. What is this show and tell?
Pretty much.
Yeah, it is. We're basically just geeking out here. I'm thinking if I've got anything else. No, I've got original sketch cards from NF Creeps behind me as well, so that's kind of cool. One of his sold like for about $800 on eBay recently, so that's kind of cool.
Fired. He's yawning.
He's never known to be human. He's fired.
You know what's interesting is I was stoked to do the space, but I'm like a little anxious because I'm traveling tomorrow. I'm like, my brother's getting married, and so I'm going to.
Oh wow! Congratulations.
Tomorrow. Yeah, sure. For him, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't like her.
I guess. Welcome to the end of your life.
But yeah. I have to go to Salt Lake City tomorrow to.
Oh wow!
Is that quite a drive for you? I don't. Obviously, I'm.
Yeah, I'm in New York, so it's a flight. Okay. It's a big flight.
It's a flight. Okay.
Yeah. I'm getting.
Well, we'll let you go and get sorted and packed and whatever you've got to do.
I'm
an extra half an hour, but
this guy again.
This guy
again. He gets service now. I'm listening. What's up?
Hey, don't.
What up? What up? What up?
Go on.
Hey, Casey.
What's up, everybody? How you doing?
Good. How are you? Where are you?
I'm on the other side of the planet. It's 7:30 in the morning on my way to the airport.
Oh, wow.
Where are you going now?
I'm going to this place called Bohol. I'm going to work, but it's at a resort. I'll go there. I'll do this hosting tonight, and then hop on a plane and come back and do the NBA show. And then, what else am I doing after that? I'm meeting some blockchain folk. I don't even actually know. But yeah, big tings, man. What are you guys doing? This show and tell hour? Let me see.
Yeah, well, we've just been like talking about the GU and the FU, and then we were just like sharing a little bit of geeky stuff because we're all nerds. So yeah.
This is my inhaler. I found it in my car. It's when I used to do a lot of ecstasy.
Is it a one of one?
Yeah, it's like when I pop mollies, I need that.
It's out of control. Why don't you tell us when the fishing game's coming out?
That's a secret.
Shh, you keep posting about it. What do you mean it's a secret?
No one's connecting the dots yet.
What are you talking about? You've said it
I'm
1,000
leaving
times.
No one else is gonna. I'm like, when you try to leave breadcrumbs and you're like, oh, this is gonna be great when people put this together, and no one fucking finds the damn breadcrumbs.
Well, I just said it in front of 365 people, so
there we go.
my bad.
Yeah. So I don't know when the game's coming out.
How many of those people are gluten-free, though?
How many of them are what?
First night, how many of those 365 people are gluten-free?
Or what?
The joke's done now. It's done.
He's like, it's not happening a third time.
Casey's car is so loud, I can't hear anything else.
It's really oh God. Oh, Mason, if you wanted to go, because I know you've got stuff to do, so thanks so much for coming on and sharing.
I do appreciate you guys having me on. Look, let's do it again soon. I really this was fun. This was super fun.
I'd love to do it again, and I'm definitely going to start creating some stuff for you guys for sure. I'm excited to do that.
Well, don't be a stranger. We always like to have Vicky in the chat. So.
Oh, amazing! Thank you. Yeah, I try and jump in. Oh, yeah, you know what it's like. I'm trying to manage the project on my own pretty much, and then get into Discord, and it's a lot. So
I get it. I mean, look at your background. You got like a Hobby Lobby in your background, so I get it.
So this is all my stuff I sell online. I got pins, I got stickers, I got wrap, I got the lot. T-shirts.
I love it. Well, look, I think there's definitely an opportunity. I mean, our entire merch store is by people that are making their own merch and trying to sell it on there. So I don't think I have it in front of me, but I have a GU ring. Like, it's a stainless steel ring with my GU logo on it. It was made by a GU member, and he sells them through our marketplace. So
awesome. So yeah, I did like Cute and Creepy Gang one.
If you want to make GU pins, we'll sell them on the marketplace.
Awesome. I'd love to do that. And Hans is now giving me pressure. He's like, you've been saying that for a year, Vicky. I'm like, I know. Yeah. I get so busy.
Now you got me coming after you too. So
I know, I got everyone now. There's a lot of people have heard me say that.
Everybody.
All right, guys. Well, I appreciate it so much. I hope you guys have a great day.
Mason, thank you.
Yeah, thanks so much.
I would say flight, actually.
Have a safe journey.
Thank you. Unfortunately, I'll be a little MIA for the next 3 days, but I'll be back Monday. So
okay.
Cool.
Well, have a great time. I hope your brother has a good wedding.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Take care.
Right. So let me go back 2 hours. That was wicked. I felt like I learned loads about that was kind of crazy. So we've got 5 winners. I have written them down. Plus, I'm going to send Cheeses a Luna Witch. So there we go. I'm going to DM everyone. It'll probably be in the morning because it's
he was the one who reached out to me about creeps too and learning about them. So I'm going to reach out to him and see if I can learn something about him. Yeah,
I think he's good friends with my buddy Chaos. So I think they're buddies. So yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I ended up buying 2. Did I tell you or no?
What did you say?
I ended up buying 2 of the creeps.
Oh yeah, you did. Yeah, I saw on your timeline. Amazing.
I'm gonna get more. I really want to learn more about what's happening in the background because it seems like there's a lot going on.
Yeah, I've not. When I saw it on your timeline today is the first time I've seen that. So yeah, it's new to me, but
yeah, no, definitely look into it. I mean, Creeps looks really cool. I mean, it looks like they're doing a lot. The community's obviously very alive. It definitely showed a lot of love today.
Yeah, for sure.
My timeline's still buzzing. Buzzing, my timeline. I am going to jump into GVC too, like Mason said. I am going to buy it.
I'm assuming they would be going into gaming and stuff with how slick those 3D models are and stuff. I don't know. Again, I only know from the little bit I've seen Mason sharing. So your mind will be blown away. Yeah, definitely. We're gonna have
I think I'm gonna do a deep dive and maybe we'll put it on Rebel Lance Radio with Kevin and
that'd be awesome.
We'll do that. Maybe we could bring Jesus to our show and he could talk about creeps a little more to us in front of the audience.
That would be really cool.
Yeah, that would be cool.
And maybe the Good Vibes crew as well.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Good Vibes seems really cool. I mean, I really like the details of
me too.
It's just I don't know if you've seen it up close. Like You
I
zoom
know.
in
I
all the
zoomed
way
in.
in,
It's
and
so
it's like
pristine. It's
super.
like
Yeah,
sharp.
yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
Well, I've done another little bedtime story for the end of the show. Am I all right to share
Yeah,
that now? Right.
yep.
So here we go.
The Lunar Witch, the Cat, and the Path of Three. Beneath a sky woven with stars and secrets, a witch named Lunar walked the enchanted Path of Three, a sacred thread of magic said to be older than time itself. By her side danced a black cat, its fur darker than midnight and eyes alight with ancient knowledge. It moved unseen in the shadows with a ghostly grace, whispering forgotten spells and nocturnal secrets to Lunar. The Path of Three pulsed beneath their feet, a rhythm of power, prophecy, and peril. It was the number of creation, of endings, and of the mysteries that dance in between. By day, it blessed Lunar with a divine spark, a gift from the ancients that shimmered in her every spell. By night, it warned her of the devil's hour, when shadows whispered louder and the veil grew thin. Together they moved like moonlight through the world, sometimes two, sometimes one. For Lunar, gifted in transformation, could slip into the cat's sleek form, gliding between realms unseen. She wandered the veil between the living and the lost, gathering truths hidden from mortal eyes. Witch and cat, light and shadow, forever walking, forever watching, theirs was a magic of balance, mending hearts, unbinding curses, and guiding the lost by the glow of the moon. Two souls, one path, threefold power, forever woven into the story the stars still tell.
That's pretty cool.
Did you like? That's my
No,
first attempt at like a bit of Procreate animation. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you need pointers with Procreate animation, I've dabbed a lot into it. So if you want help with it, just let me know. Yeah.
Was that all right for a first stab
Yeah,
though?
no, yeah, that's great. I love it.
Yeah, so I'm just going to try and drop one of those every week because I've written all these stories, lots of lore, and I was like, how do I
Yeah.
get that out this for
No,
people
that's
to
cool.
see? And on the timeline, they're too long and people, lose
You
interest.
could
So,
also play it. I think it would be good for us to play it also on the holding screen.
oh yeah, that's a good shout
If you
actually.
time it exactly, when we go live, then you could put that on first. And
Yeah,
then
that's a
go
good
live,
shout.
right during the countdown. I think that would look pretty cool. We'll talk to Kevin about it and see if he can make that happen for us. But it was great.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Amazing. Good. Amazing. Well, I can't believe we've got like 393. That's like the
Yeah.
highest viewing. Mason's a star. Why?
We may have another person joining the team. I spoke to somebody yesterday. He wants to stream too. Yeah. So hopefully we bring him into Rebel Lance Media and he'll be streaming on his own doing his thing. I mean, I'll be with him. Hopefully, and maybe Kevin will join at some point. But yeah, cool stuff.
Is it
We
a
are
Web 3
growing.
person, a Web 2 person or?
No, he's Web 3.
He is Web 3.
Yeah, he is Web 3.
Awesome. This is
I do want to
exciting.
get somebody Web 2 though, for sure.
Yeah.
In the team, yeah. At least a couple of streamers that do Web 2.
Yeah, that would be cool because it will reach like different audiences, I guess.
We'll make it happen.
Amazing. Well, thank you everybody so much for joining. I will DM everybody in the morning. I've made a note of all the people who won. And I'll send you your FUs. It's been a really cool show. I really enjoyed learning all of that. There was stuff I didn't even know, even though I've been on their website before. And so this was a super exciting show. So have you got anything you want to say before we disappear?
No. I mean, we're hanging up on 401 people. So just good night, everybody. Check us out. Check out Vicky. Follow her. She's doing a phenomenal job with Coven Radio.
Jump on it. Yeah, we've got a website like a cuteandcreepygang.io. Like if you want to mint a Lunar Witch, they're like 0.01 ETH, so they're this you get a lot of value.
This weekend, I don't think we're Kevin and I are having a stream. I got to talk to him about it. I think he's got something going on. that he couldn't do it. So Sunday we won't have our show on Sunday. So
you won't have your show. Will you have it? Are you moving it to another night, or you just?
I'm not sure yet. I got to talk to him about it and see what he wants to do and when he has the time to actually sit down and do it, because he's been like super busy lately. So we'll figure it out though.
Yeah.
We only have like 5 more battles to go. Oh, and I know I said I think it was yesterday or the day before yesterday. I think I tweeted that I was going to make those payouts, but the actual thing wasn't ready yet. So it is now. So I will make those payouts tonight. Hopefully when I get home later, I'll make those payouts to everybody. But a lot of winners, a lot of good winners, and some people are winning $40, $50. Like,
it's so cool. Stuff, yeah, it's so cool. Grab an ants, dream about a creeps. Love it.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Oh, well, guys, thanks so much for tuning in to the Witchin Hour, or Witchin Hour in 45 minutes. We're going to have to rename it.
I know, yeah.
But yeah, it's been amazing. Thanks everyone so much. And we shall catch you next week. So next week's guest is Scooja. Amazing artist, super talented. Like, I can't wait to sort of talk to you about his stuff. So yeah, thanks for joining. Have a good rest of your day. I'm off to bed. I know it's still afternoon for a lot of people, but yeah. Have a good one, guys.
Good night, everybody.